Hey, hey, y'all. This is Casey Hope from Pzazz Art Studio, and we are back again with a fun little doodle, just showing you kids and adults, if you want to join in, how to just grab a pencil, a piece of paper, and how to have some fun. You are able to draw and create so much more than you even realize, and sometimes you just need a guide. You just need somebody showing you, okay, what step is first? What step is next? And when you have that guide, and you follow along, you're going to really amaze yourself, impress yourself on how much you can actually draw. And so I hope if you've been doing our doodle alongs with us this week that you've seen that. And I hope you see even more after today's lesson. So we're going to take this cute little pup one step at a time. I'll show you the supplies I'm using today, and then we will dive in. All right, so I've got my pencil. First of all, I'm going to be working on a watercolor sketchbook pad, the same one I've been working on all week. It could also be a mixed media pad. If you want to use crayons or something, it doesn't have to be watercolor or mixed media, but I'm going to be using my markers and turning them to watercolor. And so I do want to have a heavier paper for that. So if you're using water on your paper, you're going to want a little bit of a heavier paper for that. So my watercolor booklet, my pencil, my markers, these are the ones that I'm using today. And these are just the Crayola Super Tips, okay? They're not any fancy watercolor markers. They're washable Crayola Super Tips. You can get them at most drugstores. You don't even have to go to a craft store a lot of times to find your find these markers. I do have one permanent marker, one permanent black marker. That's going to be important. And then a cup of water and a brush. So those are my supplies for today. All right. So we are about to get started. If you are following along with us, y'all be sure to text us your pictures. All week long, we are looking for y'all, those of y'all that are doing our pictures with us. You can, I wonder if I can type it right here. Let me see. I think I can. If you will text it to 1 3 3 4 2 4 9 18 18. If you will text us that picture to that text number, you will be entered to win. And tomorrow we are doing our drawings for fun prizes based on who is sending in pictures from the week and showing us what you are creating. So after you finish today, or if any of your pictures from before, snap a picture, send them to us, and that will enter you to win. All righty, let's roll. This is not going to take long. I aim to be kind of quick and concise with this, so that you don't have to feel like you have to set a ton of time aside every day just to get creative. So we are going to start with a shape. Do y'all want to know what shape? Okay. It's going to be this shape, okay, that nose. It's kind of like a triangle. It's pointing down. The edges are not super pointy. They're kind of rounded, but let's look at where it's placed, okay? If I'm looking at my paper as a whole, here's the middle of it, and it's a little down from the middle, okay? So we'll kind of find the middle of my page and come down just a bit, and that will be where I place this triangle of a nose. Okay, so just kind of a triangle that points down and has kind of rounded edges. Then just two curves. So once you've got your shape on, then it's going to be curve and curve. So we start here, curve, curve. Pretty easy so far. Then we're going to do a U shape for the tongue. So right here, we will do a U. You're starting to see it? So we've got a triangle, two curves, and a U, and we are starting to see the little puppy kind of starting to form. Next up, I'm going to start up here above the nose, and I'm going to kind of come around, and I'm going to end right kind of on the tongue. Okay, this is going to be that top. It's like a big oval, but it lands right there on the tongue. It doesn't go below it. That's going to make it look like that tongue is really kind of sticking out, okay? So I've got lots of shapes. I've got a triangle, an oval, two curves, and a U. And we put them together and we start to see some drawings. Next up, let's see, I'm going to do just a few little lines kind of coming up from the side here for the side of the face. And I want to put on some big, fun sunglasses. So I'm going to, let's see, here's the middle of my page. I'm going to come over here and do like a straight line and a big U. And then over here, another line. It's kind of curving down, kind of along this curvature with a U. Then I can come around again. This is going to be my black part. So now it's time for the frame. So I'll come around, under, right here. I'm going to connect over, around. I can kind of come in, curve, and there. All right. So there I've got my frames on those glasses. I'm going to erase any of these lines that are kind of overlap. So far, so good. All right. Next up, I'm going to come up high and kind of do a little bit of the little top of the head. And then I'm going to come down with a little ear, and it's going to curve in right about there. I'll kind of come down. There's a cute little ear right about there. Kind of want those glasses to be a little bit bigger, but I'll leave them as is right now. Then I'm going to come put a little bow tie. So a circle. Up, down, up, up, down, up. I'll kind of do a little bit of a line right there for a body. That's pretty much it. Okay. So from here, once you get the drawing on, then you're going to swap to, a permanent marker. Okay. So with that permanent marker, there are a few places we're going to color in black. So let's go ahead and do that first. The nose, I'm going to outline it. I'm going to draw a little shape right here that I'm going to keep white, like a little twinkle on that nose, because the nose is usually wet. So there's going to be a little something there. And then I'll color the rest of this in with my black permanent pen. Up here on the sunglasses, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to outline the shape. I'm going to draw a little shape here that's going to be like the reflection on those sunglasses. That this part right here, I'm going to keep white, and everything else I'm going to color it in. Now, when I'm coloring, I like to kind of trace the shape like you see here. I don't like to go side to side, okay? Because that's easy to get out of the lines to me. So I just kind of like going around like this. Kind of slow around those edges so that I stay in there. And then once you have a pretty good barrier, then you can go a little quicker. I go slow around those edges so it doesn't look messy. And then I go a little bit quicker as I'm filling in the inside. All right, so we got the black colored in. Now let's go. There are a few places we want to kind of have clean lines. So the sunglasses are one of them. And when I say clean lines, what I'm referring to is when I do the fur on the dog, I'm going to be kind of doing my line back and forth, just kind of make it look scruffy. But on the sunglasses, I don't want that. But up here we go, kind of back and forth. All around the lines that we drew earlier. Kind of scruffy. 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 This will be clean, 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 clean-ish. Scruffy on the bottom. Scruffy right there because that's part of its body. I'll go ahead and do my bow tie. If you want a bow tie, you see that I'm kind of doing multiple lines. And then on my original one, I did little lines like this, like little stripes. You can decorate that bow tie however you'd like. All right. All right, y'all hanging in there with me? All right, so we have drawn with our pencil using line and shape. Then we have gone in with our permanent marker and outlined and given some lines clean lines, some lines scruffy, depending on the texture of what we are trying to outline. And next up, we're going to be putting in our color. So I'm going to start with the puppy dog himself, and I'm going to be using the light brown and the dark brown. And I'm going to, right on the edge, light brown first. I'm just going to scruffy some lines around here. I'm using the side of my marker, not the tip like this, but the side. A little bit around here. And here. I'm also going to grab this one. Do a little bit of that here and there. It's just the darker brown, just kind of overlapping it just for a little something, something. Okay. Then once you've got on there, and once you're on a watercolor paper or mixed media pad, then you can grab your water. Actually, I want to swap to a smaller brush. And you're going to first touch where your marker is. That's going to loosen the color. And then it's going to turn to watercolor. And then you just shake your brush all in the fur. I tend to like to leave a little bit of white. So like I'm going over the marker first. So marker, let's see, marker, 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 and then a little bit of shaking my brush on the inside. To me, leaving a few of these little places white, I don't know, just looks better to me instead of doing it completely solid. To me, it looks like it has a little bit more texture. Looks like maybe there's some white fur in there too. So a lot of dogs, have multiple shades there. So I personally like leaving a little bit of white in those ears and face and whatnot. I'm just filling this in. Shake, shake, shake. All right. And that's all of the watercolor we're going to be doing. Next, we are going to take some of our colors and just color in. Okay, so I'm going to color this blue, and I could use crayons with this. I don't have to use markers. I could use crayons or colored pencils or whatever else. Rebecca says, what's the brand of the watercolor markers? These are just Crayola Super Tips, regular washable markers. They're not called watercolor markers, but we use them like that. Okay, so regular Crayola. If you don't tune into the Crayola Facebook page often, you should totally check us out. We have been teaching over there for 2 years. On Fridays, we do fun doodles, very similar to this. We show you how to use Crayola products to do quick little drawings and whatnot. So that is on the Crayola Facebook page every Friday at 12 Central. So y'all be sure to check it out. Here comes another just marker. I'm not going to turn this into watercolor. I'm just having fun coloring it in. I do need a pink for that tongue. I forgot to get it out. Let's see. I'll grab just kind of this pink. And if you're wondering, okay, well, why am I not turning this to watercolor? The two reasons. One, it's a really small area, so it's a little bit hard to do it. But two, since all of this brown is wet, if I start to wet this too while this is wet, they could all bleed into each other. So I'm just going to color them with my with that pencil. With that marker. So there you have it. 13 minutes. Doesn't take a long time. We got to draw. We got to turn markers into watercolor. And there's now a fun little cute pup that you can add into that sketchbook. So if y'all have fun doing this, let us know in the comments if you want to be entered to win one of our fun little giveaways. Just take a picture of what you're creating and shoot us a text 1-334-249-1818. And for the summer, our kids club is open. So if you love doing this stuff, if you have kids, grandkids, nieces, nephews, whoever that loves learning about art, we do a lot more than just this type of stuff inside of our kids club. We teach about different art mediums, different artists. We send you fun little things that you can print out so the kids can have an instruction guide. So we've got a whole lot of stuff there too in our kids club membership. So y'all be sure to check that out. Be sure to send us your pictures if you want to be entered to win. And we will be back again tomorrow at 11 o'clock Central on this page, and then at 12 o'clock Central on the Crayola page. So that is it for now. We hope to see you tomorrow. All right, y'all. See ya.